Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Teresa was already here. Teresa was already here. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Thank you for joining me on this Monday morning. It's our first Monday morning. I've rarely shared these things with anyone before. So it gives me great pleasure and find it interesting to share these moments with you guys right now. It's Monday. This is truly the beginning of the week for most people. Because today, most people are going to work, they're getting their day started. To them, they're getting their week started. We call it the weekend for a reason. Because the weekend ended, and now you're starting your week. Hopefully you had some rest. Hopefully you had some fun. You enjoyed yourself. Now we're getting ready. We're going to go into this week. We're going to spend a little bit of time today and just get ourselves ready for this week. Get ourselves ready for the week. So we're going to do this the way that I do it. There's no strategy to it. There's no plan to it. I don't do Mondays with like a plan. I'm going to get up and I'm going to stretch this way, or I'm going to stretch that way, or, I'm going to work on this chakra, that chakra. There's no plan. We're just going to enjoy the day. I don't know where you are right now. I don't know if you're at work. If you're already at work, I don't know if you're at home. I don't know if you're getting ready to go to work. You're in the car. Whatever you're doing, only do what you can do. Only do what you can do right now. If you're watching this later, it doesn't matter if it's Monday night, Tuesday, or Thursday, whatever day. Just take a moment. Take a moment. Take some time. Take some time and just get yourself in the right mindset. You can always do this. Just take your time. If you're driving in the car, when I tell you to close your eyes, don't close your eyes. If I tell you to stretch something out, don't stretch it out. To which even for myself, you're going to see minimum stretching. This body can only stretch so far right now. But we're going to see that get better and better over Mondays, over time. So let's get started with our day. Got the sun rising that way in the east. That's why we're facing this way, so that we can get that natural sunlight, get a little light coming in. There's no other artificial light in this room right now except for my laptop back there with a little background music. And we're just getting that natural light from the sun. That's why when I come in here, come in my meditation space, you guys are seeing like half of it right now. Come into my meditation space. Windows are facing eastward. Get that natural light. So wherever you are, see if you can get some natural light. You want to get that natural light. There's a reason why every animal on the planet is connected to the earth. And we're all connected to the earth. And we draw energy from the earth. How you doing, Ghost? We draw that natural energy from the earth. So we want to start. And one thing we got to always start doing is everything starts with the breath. So sit upright. Whether you're in your car, even if you're driving in your car, sit upright. Don't close your eyes, but sit upright. Get in good posture. Stop leaning back. Sit upright. Get your spine straight together. You're going to take in that deep breath. And I want you to breathe in that breath as if you're breathing from the base of your spine, as if the air is coming in from the base of your spine. So a deep breath in. And release it out. You're literally breathing in life and releasing toxins, death. Breathe it in, Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Now let's move the body around. If you can twist it, twist that body. Open up that spine. Let's open your spine up. Reach across. Twist it. Open up your spine a little bit. Let's let that energy flow through. Let the energy flow like the river. Let's get one more. We do all things in 3, 6, or 9. Whew. That hurt, but it feels so good. All right, so we're opening up our breath. Today, in my meditations, I'm gonna start with your foundation chakra. I have to move my ring a little bit, so this bowl's a big one. I'm gonna start with our foundation chakra. Color on it, it's red. See it? Boom, like that. I'm gonna start with our foundation chakra. Look, I'm gonna open up. The biggest thing that most people have to deal with is fear. And in that fear, we don't have a wholeness of self. When you can bring both halves of yourself together, you come into a state of oneness, a state of knowing. You get into the flow of all things. When you get into that flow of all things, it's like what it says in the Tao. When you get into the flow of the Tao, you reach eternity. You reach eternity. When you reach eternity, you reach security, a safe harbor, a safe haven. And when you reach that safe haven, not even death bothers you. So, to get into a oneness of self, to release your fear, is the first thing you have to do. Is one of the first things you have to do. It's one of the most important things you have to do in order to come into oneness with yourself. So we're gonna work on our opening that chakra. It's all about the right frequency. It's all about the right frequency. Get into the right frequency of opening up that foundation of chakra. Whatever fears you have, whatever fears you have to deal with, whatever traumas you've experienced, the fear in your life that is created, you're afraid to go places now based on that trauma. You're afraid to talk to certain people based on that trauma. You're afraid to have certain things in your life based on that trauma. You want to release and let go of those things. You want to face them. To face everything and respond, or forget everything and run, but you want to face those fears. You want to deal with them and stop hiding behind them. You have to deal with them and stop hiding behind them. You have to face them down and make them your slave. And stop being a slave to that fear. And as we open up those fears, as we move into that, you become stronger. You become more aware of self. You become the divinity that you're designed to become. You see, when the fish is in water, It doesn't worry about the shark, the anglerfish, the barracuda. It doesn't worry about all the issues, all the possibilities, all the things that can go wrong. The fish is so immersed in the water that all it knows is the water. All it does is go about its day doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Living. That's it. The fish is not concerned, oh, the shark may attack the reef today. A barracuda may attack the reef today. Today may be my last day. No animal on the planet is concerned about what they're going to eat, where they're going to live. They are so immersed in their natural environment. But those things are not their concern. They don't run around in fear. When something happens, they simply respond to what's going on at that moment. They do whatever is necessary at that moment. Beyond that, they're not wondering, is it going to rain? Will the savannah have grass? No. They just move on to wherever the grass is. And they keep going. That's how we have to become. The thing about it is that we're naturally built to be that way. Yeah, so it's time. We got to start stretching this body out a little bit while we have this conversation. But every animal is naturally built. They live in nature. They do whatever, they go about their day doing whatever is necessary for them to do in order to survive. If you're able to lean down with me, lean down with me. If your back can't go no further than mine, that's fine. If you go all the way to the floor, well, good for you. That's great. I am far from that. But I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. And that's what I'm saying. We are so worried about what we look like to the outside world that we don't focus on the inside world. We don't focus on our own inside world. We don't allow the fear, we allow the fear. We allow the fear of things to overwhelm us. Oh. We spend, let's go over this side. Separate them legs, let's go over this side. We spend so much time concerned about what other people think, what other people say, how is this going to look? Am I going to do this right? Am I going to say all the right words? Ooh, on both sides. Am I saying the right words? Is she going to be angry? Is he going to be angry? What are they going to say? If I don't do things the right way, are people not going to like me anymore? That arm over the side. Gosh. Are they not going to like me anymore? I got a silent count going in my head. Are the people at work going to talk about me? What are they saying about me behind my back when I'm not there? What are they saying about me even when I am there? You're sitting there, you worry yourself about these things, but guess what? You can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about that. The only thing you can do is go on and continuously live your life. To go and be great, wholly within your life. To just worry about yourself. It doesn't matter what anybody else says about you. You shut down your business. It doesn't matter what the previous customer says. It doesn't matter what the detractors are saying. None of those things matter. Who are these niggas? None of those things matter. The only thing that matters is how you feel, what you think about it. What was your reason, your rationale for what you did, for the decision that you made? Don't let that fear get you. There's no reason. When the two halves of you come together and they become one, become unified, there's absolutely nothing you then can't accomplish. You tell anything in your life, you decide anything in your life, that thing will manifest itself. But it only manifests itself when you become whole, when you come into unification with yourself. And that's just not, the overarching bigger idea is, your masculine energy and your feminine energy come together in balance. Yes, that's one reason, that's one thought process. But it's more than just that. It's when your light and your darkness become unified to the yin-yang symbol. The light and the dark, the black and the white with a little black dot, white dot on each side. When it comes and it's together. So when the light and the dark comes together. When your love and your hate come together and they work in unity. You love when you're supposed to love. You hate when you're supposed to hate. And everything else in the middle. When all aspects, whatever the pole is, it doesn't matter what the pole is. When you unify the two halves, this is when you reach the level of the all, the statement of the all. When you come into unity with the all, with the way. When you come into that unity, you begin to function differently. You vibrate at a higher level. You do things that you previously thought you would not do. You ask questions that you were afraid to ask. You become, as they say, comfortable in your own skin. You're comfortable in your own skin now. You're not worried about what everybody else is worried about. Yep. You're not concerned about what everybody else is concerned about. When I sit amongst people and I hear them with their worries, the first thing, you bring up an idea, you bring up a thought, you're having a conversation about something. And the first thing they can come up with is everything that could possibly go wrong. Everything that could possibly happen to prevent the achievement of whatever it is, whether it's an individual achievement or a group achievement, they always got a negative answer. They've always got a negative answer. If you're that person, stop talking. Stop talking when you're in those environments. But I have to release from those people. Because when you come into wholeness with yourself, you can't be around those kind of people. When you come into a wholeness of yourself, you begin to do things at a higher level, at a higher vibration, right? If you're running a business, you run that business better. You run it the way that you know how you should run it. And then even after you're running it the way you know you should run it, you realize there's even higher levels of how you should run it. You have a spouse or a partner, husband, wife, whatever. When you come in, the more and more you come into wholeness with yourself, you treat them better. You recognize that it is not about you as far as how they receive love. It is about them as far as how they receive love. And that's coming into a wholeness with a whole nother conversation. Yeah, your masculine and your feminine is balanced. That's great. But how's your trust and mistrust? How's your trust and mistrust? When you have those moments of doubt, do you correct them within yourself and know that you trust them? You trust them with your money. You trust them with your life. You trust them to take care of you, take care of the house, take care of the work, take care of the money. You trust them around other people. You trust them. Not to say you don't protect them. Don't like that person. You don't need to be around that person. That person's a bad influence. You begin to actually see that even easier. You begin to distinguish between people who are just friends and those who are bad influences. I don't think we should be around that person. But those people that are there, that's some good people over there. When you come into wholeness of self, you see all those things. And you're able to do a better job of being a partner to somebody a better job at your job. You know, the things that you would let slide, now they're not sliding anymore. They're not sliding anymore. You're getting them done. Yeah, that hurt. Pull my knee up. You're getting it done. You are getting it done now. You're achieving things that you weren't achieving before. You're having opportunities that you didn't have before. Those opportunities are coming. You think you're just, it's manna from heaven. You're just being blessed. You're just in a good season. You know, I hate when I hear people say, oh, I'm in a good season right now. No. Why does it have to be a season? Why does it have to be a season? Why does it have to be a season that rotates as harshly as it does in Wyoming? Oh, short summers, short springs, short falls, but a long ass winter. Why do you have to have a long winter? You don't have to have a long winter. Why can't you have Puerto Rico seasons where it's pretty much constantly at 80 degrees year round? Why can't you have Aruba seasons? Why can't you have, Ghana seasons? Why can't you have Bali season? I've never heard anybody at any point say, oh, I can't go to Bali because it's wintertime, it's too cold. They don't have, the fruit trees they don't have any fruit trees producing fruit. It's always beautiful in Bali. Rainy season, maybe. Rainy season is usually short. But you don't have to have you don't have to have spring, summer, fall, winter. You can not have winter. You can imagine skipping winter in your life and not having winter in your life. That's what I'm talking about. When you come into full unity of self, you can eliminate having winter in your life, because every time you see yourself start to slack off from what you know you need to do, you slacking off from exercising. You know what comes when you slack off, so you immediately get back in it. You know what happens when you're spending more money than you make. So you stay within your budget plan, your investment plan. You know you're getting older. You initiating that investment plan and you even if you start with $10, it's about creating the habit of moving in that vibration from point A until there is no point to stop at. You keep going. You start with $10 today, investing, and you'll be amazed at how it grows. But the second part is that you'll be amazed at how the habit starts to form. And as the habit forms, you start increasing the amount. You find ways to increase the amount. You go out and you create ways to have more so that you can increase the amount. And if you're in your 30s or 40s, it's not too late. If you're in your 50s, it's not too late. If you're 50 years old and you start learning how to de-stress your life and you're eating better and you're exercising, you might live another 50 years. So it's not too late. You probably still got a good 20 years of working, because people are working much longer than they ever have before. So if you're 50 and you're going to still do some type of work till you're 70, if you start investing, that's 20 years of compounding interest. So it's not too late. It's never too late to invest in your body, to invest in your finances, to invest in your loved ones. It's never too late. Yeah, y'all had an issue 20 years ago. That was 20 years ago. Get over it. Go fix it. Get that stress out of your life. It's there. You may say it's not there anymore. You don't think about it, but it's there. These things stop you from becoming whole, becoming the fullness of you. You want to become the fullness of you, because in your own fullness, that is where your potential becomes kinetic. It's no longer potential energy. It's now kinetic energy. Now it's moving forward. Now it's building momentum. It's building that momentum. It's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And the next thing you know, like 5 years later, you won't even recognize who you were. You're like, I'm a whole new person. I'm completely different than I used to be. I never thought that I would get here. I used to sit in my fear. I didn't think I would get here. But now I'm here. You're there now. But you didn't think you would because you was on the wrong vibration. You didn't have the right vibration. But when you increase that vibration, things build. Let me give you an example how momentum builds up. Now I tapped it. Instant hit. That's what happens in most people's life. That instant hit, boom. Oh, things are great. But you see how it starts to go away. It goes away. It decreases. Now, you might hit on something. But if you keep moving, keep functioning, yeah, you can slow down. And when you slow down, it slows down. But as long as you keep it going, you know how to speed it up and add more pressure. Of course, you have some hiccups here and there. Add more pressure. Everything's not perfect. That's the difference. Some of you say, well, I don't have any big hits. The big hits ain't coming. All you gotta do is start. All you just get started. Just started. Release those fears and just get started. All right. Hear anything? You don't hear nothing. Just get started. It takes some work. It takes some doing. When you first start, when I first started moving around the boat, you didn't hear nothing. But you can get to that same level as if somebody who got that big initial, that hit. Oh, they started out with money. They were born pretty, whatever. They got opportunities I didn't get. It didn't matter. I'm gonna show you one more time. It's nothing, no sound, right? Let me get a little closer to you. Get a little closer to you. You hear the background sound, but you don't hear anything from this boat, right? Right? You don't hear anything. Of course not. Now, I'm even gonna lay it on here. Make sure there's nothing. And then just the pressure. You first start, it's so low you barely hear it. But that little bit of pressure builds up. A little bit. All I had to do was just get started. That's it. I didn't have to do anything else. I didn't have to didn't need all that. All that wasn't required. It's nice to have it. It's nice to have it where there's something that initiates it. But when you don't have anything that initiated, the initiator is you just getting started. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. So, before we get out of here, we're gonna take some time just to breathe. Breathe it in. And blow it out. There's no rhythm to it. Just take some moments to breathe it in and blow it out. Hear my voice. Hear my voice. Hear my voice. Breathe in. Deep breath in. And blow it out. Breathe in the prana. And release the nirvana. It's talking about fear today. Continue breathing. If you're driving, keep your eyes on the road. Stay out, keep your eyes open. If you're at work, keep your eyes open. Just listen. But no matter what you're doing, you're able to breathe. Getting ready to go to work. You're in the shower. It doesn't matter where you are. Still lying in bed. Sitting on the floor in your home with me. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in from the lower base of your spine. Breathing in that good prana. Breathing in the prana of life. Breathing the breath of life entering your body. And breathe it all out. Releasing the prana, releasing the nirvana. not restricting. The more you hold your breath, the more toxicity builds up. The more you hold on to fears, the more toxicity builds up. So keep breathing in and releasing out at your own pace so that you don't asphyxiate. Just listen, just listen. All those negative things that came into your life before, those things cannot hurt you. They cannot touch you. They cannot harm you. The only things that can harm you in life, the only thing that can truly harm you in life are the things that you allow. If you allow negative people in your space, if you allow those who consistently have shown you that your best interest is not at heart, the only reason they're there is because you have allowed them. See those people no longer in your life. Imagine what life would be like if those people were no longer there. See the peace that you will have. See the joy that you will have. See the elation that you will have. If those people, they're no longer in your life. You don't have to deal with their negativity. That negative coworker, they're gone. They're gone. That abusive spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, they're gone. You have peace. You have tranquility. You're finding happiness in other ways because you now move how you want to move. You go where you want to go. You see the people that you want to see. You living in a place you don't like it. I'm still living in Georgia. It's 46 degrees outside right now. It's cold. Can't walk out the house and enjoy the sun without bracing the cold. I see myself in Puerto Rico, not just visiting, but living. My local stores, I know the people. You're walking down the street, people recognize who you are because you become a fabric of the community. You go to the beach every day. Feel the sand under your feet. The warmth of the sun against your body, and the warm water rushing up in the waves. The freshness of the fruit, the cleanliness of that salt air, beautiful sunsets, beautiful sunrises. The local cafes, having conversations with Juan and Maria, meeting new tourists who are coming in and out of town. But you're not a tourist. That's home. That's home. You're a fabric of the community. You have less stress. You're finding peace because you're living in a place that you designed, that you picked out for yourself. Many people will live and die in a place simply because that's where they were born. But you've chosen to live somewhere that's more fitting for you. If you like seasons, you go live somewhere where they have seasons and you embrace each season. Keep breathing. Good prana going in. Breathing in good prana, good energy. Releasing the nirvana. The nirvana is you release all the toxins that come out your body when you breathe out. But you also relax. Stress, you relax and you let go of that stress. You release that nirvana. Most people live in a place that they didn't choose to live there. You were born there. It's what you're familiar with. It's what you're used to. And you think to yourself, it's too hard to go move somewhere else, to go live somewhere else. How can I just pick up and go? I gotta make sure I have a job. I gotta make sure I have a place to stay. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. If those things are for what things are true, then go do it. If you gotta transfer your job, transfer your job. You gotta go find a new job, go find a new job. If you need a certain amount of money of savings so that you have time to go find that job, take that time to get that savings. Prepare for it, plan for it. Do everything that's necessary to reverse engineer it so that you have the ability to go. Breathing in, releasing out. Breathing in that truth of how to manifest what it is that you desire. Releasing the fallacies that says that you can't have them, that says that it's too hard. They're going to stop me. How can I? It's not going to work. Release all the lies that you tell yourself that you have learned from society so that you can go and live in the samadhi of life, in the peace of life, in the nirvana of life, so that every breath you take is a breath you chose to take, and every release is a release that you chose to release. That is being whole. That is a spiritually divine being having an earthly experience. The level of struggle, the level of negativity that we deal with is not the experience that your divine soul desired to have when it chose to come here as you are. Get in touch with that. Merge the two halves of you in all aspects. Get in touch with that inner self, that inner God and goddess. Your love, your hate, your dark, your light, your masculine, your feminine. Become whole. Then go live the life that whole person deserves and desires to have. And make it true. Don't make it $1 million lifestyle when you know you're not the kind of person to go do what's necessary to create $1 million lifestyle, to do the work that it takes to create that. Go live peacefully how you desire to live. The number is never as high as you may think it is. So take those deep breaths all day today. I want you taking those deep breaths in and breathing out that nirvana. And you're gonna have a great day. You're gonna have an amazing day. Your day has already started out amazing. Because you got to spend it with me. But your day is already great. It's already amazing. It's gonna be even greater. Some people are gonna try to mess your day up today. They're gonna try to throw you off. And as soon as they try to throw you off, breathe in that good prana and release out the nirvana. Just breathe it in, let it go. Pull the arrow back, breathe in, let go. Hit the target every time. You gotta do it twice a day, 3, 4, 5 times a day, on every occasion. When you need it, do it. And you're gonna have a great day. It's gonna turn into a great night, which is then gonna lead to a great tomorrow. And then that great tomorrow turns into a great day. That leads into a great night. That leads into a great tomorrow. And so on and so forth. All the way through infinity. And then you just look back. I've had a great life. My life has been fantastic. It's been a great year. Wow, it's been a great 5 years. It's been a great decade. Whew. It's been a great score. It's been a great generation. And you just can continue to be great. So y'all have a great day. Remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration. And I'll see you back here next Monday. But for those who follow me for spiritual reasons, I will see you tomorrow at 10. as we continue our journey, and we continue our spiritual journeys in our study of deconstructing religion. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you're not part of that, on Wednesdays, I will see you to all my relationship people, where we talk about having that spiritual relationship with a mate. You know, the physical two becoming one. And then on Thursdays, we're talking something spiritual. Fridays, we're gonna get a little rambunctious about what's going on around us. So again, y'all have a great day. Remember, you gotta free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is truly non-negotiable when you bring the two into one. Good journey, good vibration.